Hi guys, it's Latte and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be playing Minecraft again, yay! So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do something that I've been seeing on YouTube and I want to give it a shot. It's reading Reddit posts while playing Minecraft, so I think that's what I'm going to do today. In the last video, I did mention how I was going to add more mods as I continue to play Minecraft, so I added a corpse mod, which is when you die, your corpse is laid out and it displays on the map so you can go and retrieve your items from your corpse. I added useful food reborn, which just adds more food, and then a skin layers mod, which makes my skin just look more 3D. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know what we're gonna do today, but it's getting dark and we need to go hide somewhere. So yeah, let's go. Oh, let's go. All right, let's get started. The first Reddit post I am reading is under Am I Overreacting? And Reddit user Sam Lunas writes, Am I overreacting for being mad that my boyfriend refused to give me a ride to my certification exam because he doesn't want to lose his parking spot? I've been studying for a professional certification for 6 months. It's a huge deal for my career. The testing center is an hour away, and my car is not working right now. I'm repairing it. I asked my boyfriend if he could drive me since he's off work. He said no because he got a quote-unquote prime parking spot in front of our building. And if he leaves, someone will take it, and he will have to park 3 blocks away. He told me that I'm being entitled for asking him to sacrifice his convenience when I could just take a 2-hour bus ride or pay $80 for an Uber. Hello? He is currently sitting on the couch watching Netflix. He told me that learning to be independent is a part of the growth process and health of this relationship. I don't know why I feel really bad. Am I overreacting? Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had to re-record this because I said certificate exam instead of certification exam. But, girl, you're not overreacting. Like, it's a parking spot. You can get that parking spot another day, another time. Are you kidding? A comment under it says, I mean, you're worth less to him than a parking spot. Not overreacting, but treat this as the giant red flag it is. Literally. It's a parking spot. Like, girl, you're not overreacting, but you gotta let that go. You gotta let that go. All right, next. Okay, this is quite a long one. Reddit user The Guardian of Doom writes, Am I overreacting for cutting my friendship off? I, 21 female, was friends with 2 girls for a few months. At first, everything was great. They were fun, and we hung out almost every day. About a month in, I started noticing that they talked bad about all of their close friends behind their back. That's a red flag, baby. And I mean, the type of talking-ish where they would tell me they quote unquote hated their one friend and thought she was annoying, and they're so glad she transferred schools and that they don't want to see her. I assume they just weren't super close with her. And about 2 weeks later, their quote unquote friend came and visited them, and they acted like she was their best friend. They posted about how much they missed her, posted pictures with her, praised her, the whole nine. It was almost like they didn't say that when, what the freak? Oh my God, I can't read, bro. It was almost like they didn't say that when she came and visited, they didn't want her to stay with them and didn't even want to see her. They got into a bit of a spat that lasted a few weeks with our other friend. The ish talking about her picked up too. I started realizing that they were just like this and would talk so much ish about all of their friends behind their back, to the point where I would hear them talk ish about each other to me. I started to get uncomfortable because I don't like talking ish about my friends, and I don't want to be friends with people who would talk ish about me, which I was starting to realize were these 2 girls. Eventually, everything came to the point where one of them told me that I was going to have a stillborn baby. And when I told her to stop because I love babies and want to be a mother, I am literally a ECE preschool teacher for 2-year-olds. I don't know what an ECE means. She laughed and just said it was too bad because either I was going to die in birth or my baby was.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
And that I would never be a mother. This horrified me. I stopped hanging out with them and eventually stopped answering. However, because I stopped answering, they started to go to my dorm room and listening at the door to see if I was home. I live with 2 other people, so this is extremely violating. They also asked my roommate for her key card so that they could enter my room while no one was there to check if I was there. Here's where I need honest input. When I was cutting them off, I told them about the ish talking and how I'm not comfortable with it. They told me that we must have different views of friendship because I have never spoke badly about my friends behind their back. They called me immature and said it was normal to talk ish. One of them literally wrote a paragraph that said, I talk ish about my best friend, my close friends, my mom, my sister, my brother, everyone. And they just told me it was normal and that I was overreacting. And then I found out from my roommate that while I was still friends with them, they tell my roommate that they hated me and that they didn't want to hang out with me. But then they'd spam my phone and beg me to hang out. Is it really normal to talk like this about your friend? Am I really being immature? Girl, why is you asking yourself that question? This is the most toxic. I've never heard a friendship this toxic. First of all, I can't read. So I was stuttering and getting so upset at myself. But this whole situation just pissed me off. First of all, I'm so glad that you mustered up the courage to stop being their friend. This is the biggest red flag. We were talking about the other girl with the boyfriend not moving his car. Nah, baby. This is like a friendship made out of hell. This isn't a friendship. This is something orchestrated by demonic entities. Like this is no person would say talking crap about anyone you care about. You say you care about, you say you love, you say that you love their energy, you love being around them, that you talk ish about them behind their back. It's not normal. And maybe I think it's also like a generational thing, a societal thing. Talking crap about people behind their back has literally just become like a staple in the society we live in. And I don't know why, but it doesn't make you cool. It doesn't make you look fresh. It doesn't make you seem like you're popular. You just seem like someone that can't keep anything to themselves and someone who is immature. They're calling you immature? Baby. Baby. They don't know what hit them. And then for her, one of the girls to say that you are going to have a stillborn, I've never, ever, 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 I've never even heard that as like an insult coming from like enemies or people who don't like each other. So someone who's your supposed friend told you going to have a stillborn baby or that you were going to die while giving birth to your baby. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. What the heck? You are not overreacting, girl. At all. At all. At the end of the day, these girls sound miserable. They are miserable in life. And they are toxic as heck. And the fact that they want to project the fact that they're so miserable and they're so sad is embarrassing. They need to go pray about that. Go find you a good, supportive friend group that will uplift you, who will support you, who will love on you, who will care for you, and will give you what you give them as well. Because you seem to be a very respectful person, a very mature person, and you don't have no business hanging out with them, and they surely don't have no business hanging out with you. Okay. So, Reddit poster. Is that what you call them? Reddit posters? What was I calling them? I think I was calling them this. Reddit poster Laser goes for nuts or Lazar goes for nuts. Okay. My parents refused to get me anything for my birthday. Am I overreacting? I, 17 male, turning 18 this month. Ooh, happy early birthday. Have generally been independent from a young age. A few years ago, I moved back to my home country for studies and currently live there managing things mostly on my own along with my grandmother. Financially, my family is comfortable. Before moving, I had gotten into my dream college abroad with a 30% scholarship. Oh, wow, congratulations. But I was still asked to return home for further studies. Oh. My older sister, 20 female, continues to study abroad. Recently, when she turned 20, my parents bought her a car. For my 18th birthday, I asked for a $20 Nintendo Switch gift card. My parents declined and said that I'm not a child anymore and that I should be grateful for the opportunities they provided. I understand that parents don't owe their children gifts, especially as they get older. I'm not upset about not receiving something expensive. I think what's bothering me is the perceived difference in treatment and the contrast between a car and a small gift card. Am I overreacting? I don't think you're overreacting. Um, I can see the unfairness that you may feel. First of all, you got into your dream college, right? And pretty decent scholarships as well, but your parents still told you, no, come back home. We want you to be a little bit close by, yet your sister is able to study abroad. Okay. Then she turns 20, they buy her a car. You're turning 18, you ask for a $20 gift card, and they say no. I mean, at this point, ask for a Visa gift card and just use it for Nintendo Switch. They ain't never gonna know. But I don't think you're overreacting. I think the fact that you are already mature enough that you are taking care of yourself, um, and you sound pretty mature. You know, there's not a lot of people your age who can proudly say that they are independent and you're managing your life by yourself, really. I don't think, again, you're overreacting. And it seems like a lot of people agree. I don't necessarily know why they're treating you differently, and maybe there is reasonings on why that you don't want to share, which is fine. But and I would probably have the same complaint. A $20 gift card? Come on, y'all. Come on. Reddit poster Distinct Inspector 145 posts. Am I overreacting? Ghosted completely with no warning. For context, I travel for work and met a man in a city I traveled to. We talked for a few weeks, had a great date, and he stayed with me. I normally wait, but he was my type. We had chemistry, and honestly, I'm in need for some fun and spice in my life. Not to be TMI, but I've never pleasured a man so much in one night in my life. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. No, she literally wrote ha 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 ha. I'm sorry. So I know that was not the issue because I don't even know a man who could have so much stamina. Girl, you saying too much. We had, oh, okay, she's saying too much. I'm gonna move on. I probably should have seen this as a red flag, but he said he deleted Hinge because he liked me and wanted to talk to me. He wanted to make me his, and that he had not been intimate with someone in a year, was not in a relationship, and hadn't been. Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, I went back to his city and was there for 3 days. He called me the night before, excited, saying he was going to come and see me and how he couldn't wait to be with me, etc. I get there the next day, nothing. Wait, still nothing. I sent him a text telling him I had arrived. Next day, still nothing, no response. Didn't view my post on social media or my text. Cutthroat ghost. I have never been ghosted like this before. I'm really wondering if he has a girlfriend. Because why else would someone just completely cut off communication for days with no warning? Just wondering if anyone else has experienced this and what was your experience. Girl, he married. He is married with 3 kids. 2 kids, one on the way, baby. Like, let that go. I mean, this is my thing. I believe in, like, I don't want to say fairy tale love, but I think that, like, I love, like, hearing love stories where it's, like, spontaneous. Like, it's not something that you ever thought would happen to you. Like, you're on a business trip and that's where you meet your husband. What? But, like, girl, you should have led with the fact that you met him on Hinge. I would have been said, girl, cut that man off. Next caller. Absolutely not. I'm sure it was great, but he probably also wasn't looking for anything too serious. Like, let's be real. I mean, I don't know this man, right? You obviously know this man. We don't know this man. We're just the people on Reddit that read this. But yeah, it was too good to be true, girl. Everyone in this comments saying that he's married. Oh Lord. Teach BS said you were just a hookup. He is either married or has a long-term girlfriend. Move on and block him. He couldn't give a bigot flag. Okay. The only expectations are if he's in a coma or dead, and dating will no longer be an option. Not overreacting at all. Yeah, girl. On to the next, for real. You'll find better. Don't worry. Oh, God. Okay. Reddit user tutor helpful 1298 writes, am I overreacting for telling my partner it's unfair to go to the gym? Okay. My partner started going to the gym when I was 2 months postpartum. He does this with his friends. He would not go alone as this is quote unquote weird. Okay. He eats an insane amount of calories and is not doing it to be quote unquote healthy. I think it's to socialize. I have been very self-conscious about my body the entire pregnancy and postpartum. My son is 5 months now. Congratulations. I wanted to go also, but didn't have the time or energy as I do all the housework, cooking, and baby care. I have recently started ADHD medication and feel a lot more energized, but somehow I think it made me even more body conscious. Because of this, a couple weeks ago, I expressed interest in me going to the gym also. He was unhappy about this, as he believed men at the gym to be hounds. Okay, hounds. And all they do is stare at women, as this is what he sees in the gym. I forgot about it for a while and thought I'd continue on my calorie deficit. But it wasn't working fast enough for me, so I kept bringing up the gym to him, and he would say the same thing. And he talked about it with his friends, and they all agree with him. Anyway, regardless of this, I put my foot down and said I was going, and asked him which local gym he will be more comfortable with me going to. He just said he didn't want me to go to the gym he goes to, and said I had to wear baggy clothes. And I picked a gym and set off on my own, which he also said it was weird and no one goes to the gym on their own. I go to the gym on my own. Am I weird? Okay. I get to the gym all excited, go through the door, and bam, had the most awful feeling that everyone was staring at me, thinking I was fat and saying all these horrible things. I literally could not even lift my old head up. I just kept my eyes on the floor. It was such a horrible feeling. I felt not doing what I wanted to and just sat there and cried in the car. Aww. I was so looking forward to just having a break as I'm home all day with my son and never really get any independent time. I just feel like he should want to go with me and support me, or regardless, should just be encouraging me. But he would rather me just not go. If we go anywhere or I'm doing the food shopping, I have to make sure I'm back by the time he goes to the gym or he's unhappy. His gym is priority. He does nothing around the house. He has our son for a few hours, but always passes him back to me. Also, the friends that he goes to the gym with smoke weed, which worries me as he's a past addict. I just feel like it's kind of unfair and he's done it all on purpose. Or even if he didn't, it shows he doesn't trust me. I don't know. I'm just sat here angry because he's just gone to the gym while I'm clearly stressed about the baby and is going to demand I cook his dinner when he's home. Also, after moaning, I haven't washed his gym clothes. He gave me zero indication to wash. I'm going to do home workouts now, which is what he would rather. Just feels like he's benefiting from my anxiety. I also don't think it's fair he goes at all. Sounds horrid and controlling, but that's how I feel. Wow. Um, Lots of points here. Lots of thoughts. When I first read it, am I overreacting for telling my partner it's unfair to go to the gym? I was just like, what do you mean by that? Like, why would you tell your partner not to go to the gym? But after reading, I can kind of understand, not kind of, I do understand where she's coming from. I always say, I used to work on a postpartum unit in the hospital, and I can say that from conception to the 9 months to postpartum, it is probably the oddest, worst, weirdest time for a woman to go through, especially when it's their first time. Your body is going through so many changes, and it's not just physiologically, it's psychologically, emotionally, even spiritually, if you are a believer. Now, I know that the biggest thing with pregnancy is body image throughout the pregnancy, after the pregnancy, mostly postpartum, I would say. And I feel like while you're in a relationship, you have a partnership together, and you have a child, you guys are working together, right? You guys are working as one. So you should, if your wife is, and it's not common for, especially so fresh postpartum, to be like, wow, I want to actually do what I have to do to get my body back. Most postpartum mommies, they'll slug around, they feel not confident, they feel sluggish, they feel worthless, their self esteem goes totally down. So I don't know if it's just me, but when I settle down and I have my child, I expect my partner, my husband, to be encouraging me and to be feeding me with so much affirmations, you know, telling me how beautiful I am, how worthy I am, how I'm so loved, how I'm doing a great job as a mom, how I'm doing a great job as a wife, etc., etc. Now, I know she's on this medication, her ADHD medication, which there is a side effect, depending, I don't know what medication she's on, but those medications do cause you to be more energized, which is kind of weird, kind of opposite because it's ADHD, but it's controlled energy. And then it also does have you in your head a lot, I would say. It's a stimulant at the end of the day, right? So the fact that she is even wanting to go to the gym, like I said before, and to get her body right and just to build her self confidence back, her self esteem back, is phenomenal. It's honestly applaudable. I don't think you're overreacting, girl. I think that you should take your behind to the gym if you want to go to the gym. And I know it was probably very overwhelming. And I don't think what made her cry and made her get so overwhelmed was the fact that she felt like there were so many eyes on her. But, everything starts from the home. If she's not getting fed the affirmations, the words of you're worthy, you're loved, you're beautiful, I love you each and every way, every shape, no matter how you present yourself. I think that you're the most gorgeous girl I've ever seen, and you are deserving to have whatever body you want to have. And this is just the process of you birthing our beautiful son. She's not getting fed that at home. There is no, I mean, I'm not saying there's no love in her relationship, but I'm just saying from based on what she told us, it seems like she feels alone. She feels lonely. She feels like she's doing this all by herself. There is no one that is supporting her the way she needs to feel support, or the way that she should be supported. So her entering that gym, it's just like, so this is what my husband was talking about, or my man was talking about. All these stares, they're just staring at me saying like, ugh, why is she here? You know? I don't think you're overreacting. And the one thing that's a little sketchy to me is him talking about how all guys do is go to the gym and look at girls. So you going to the gym and looking at girls? You just told on yourself. Oh, boo. Get it together. All right, next post. Reddit user lowshot4097 writes, am I overreacting? Bartender remembered boyfriend, but boyfriend acting funny. So I, 30 female, went out with my boyfriend, 32 male, last night. We've been together for over 5 years. There was some infidelity on his end in the beginning. In parentheses, I don't know why I stayed. Yesterday, we went to a new bar and the bartender said he recognized my boyfriend almost as soon as we sat down. He was like, wait, have we met? You work in hotels, right? Which my boyfriend does. My boyfriend said that he doesn't know or recognize the guy, but the bartender is pretty insistent. He said he worked at a different bar before, so maybe from there, and it's a bar me and my boyfriend have been to before, but all of a sudden my boyfriend is saying he's never been to that bar. Then the bartender just drops it and was like, my bad, maybe I'm getting you confused with someone else. Am I the only one who's getting weird vibes? He knew the industry my boyfriend works and position. He was so insistent that he met him before. Now I'm like, wait, is my boyfriend down low when I'm not around? Ooh. Or did he bring another girl around this bartender and was trying to be slick about it? Because when my boyfriend paid for our 2 drinks, which was $32, he left 40 and said the extra was for the bartender, which I feel like is a really big tip, and the drinks weren't even that good. I'm not sure. I got a really weird feeling, so now I want to know if I'm overreacting with reading into this too much. I don't know. Wait, I'm confused because he said that he works at a different bar before, so maybe from there, and it's a bar me and my boyfriend have been to before, but all of a sudden. So, I mean, if you're saying that he used to work at a different bar and it's a bar that you and your boyfriend have been to before, I'm assuming she means like they've been there before, because like, well, obviously that's what she just said, but like, does the bartender not recognize her as well? Because you just said you guys both, I don't know. Is he on the down low? I mean, I don't know. Was the bartender giving you like vibes that he swung that way too? Does your boyfriend give you those vibes? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Some people in the comments say go back to the bar, give the bartender an even bigger tip, and then ask him what he knows. Some people are just saying, or just asking what he knows, and he'd probably tell her. I mean, he probably would. I don't know. I don't think you're overreacting per se, but like, I think that you have enough suspicion to try and figure out some answers. So try and figure out those answers. All right, on to the next. Reddit user loud today 8968 writes, am I overreacting when I found out that my boyfriend traveled to see his ex 15 days before I gave birth to our first child? Though, what is wrong with these people? Sorry if this is scattered and more like a rant, but I'm distraught and livid and I don't know who to turn to. I, 29 female, just found some pictures in my boyfriend, 35 male, phone, dated 15 days before me giving birth to our first child. I went into the phone to get pictures from when our second child was born. I got lost in a lot of family photos he had taken of our kids I've never seen. I loved them and loved that he took them until I got to a photo of his ex in a bathing suit on her stomach suntanning. The next picture was of him in beach attire in a hotel room. I'm the picture you can see. Oh, I think she meant in. In the picture, you can see a purse and woman's items. I asked him about them. If my texts are accurate in my phone, which how could they not be, I knew he was going to be out of town, but I was told that he was going to California. He did not, in all uppercase, tell me that he was quote unquote stopping by in Florida to say hi before coming home. He went to see her mom and her to handle quote unquote financial matters or handle business, in his words, and that it was nothing like that. For reference, they were together for like 16 years on and off, and they have an in depth life together before me. Said he went for a day and the pictures were dated on multiple different days. Says they live in Florida, so why would he be in a hotel room surrounded by women's things? I look back at our old text and from those days, and I'm 9 months pregnant, miserable, missing him and telling him so, and he would just stop talking to me at 11 and then would text the next day telling me KO. I think she meant okay. Whole time he was with her. In his words, this was years ago. This is old. I'm sorry, but this is news to me. So, am I overreacting about this new information? Just to mention, for the first half of the conversation, he was smiling and making light, oh no, baby, and making light of the whole thing and was actively making me feel crazy. He said it was nothing like that, but based on previous experiences I've had with him and this ex, I don't know anymore. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. First of all, if you're obviously seeing a picture of his ex. First of all, 15 days before I birth your child? Where are you going? Like, where are you going? Stay your behind at home. No, 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 no. I found a picture of old girl laying in a bikini suntanning. Mind you, we just talked about someone who's postpartum, someone who's pregnant, all those emotions, all those hormones that are just bouncing in your body. I'm looking at her like, okay, so you obviously think this would be how I would think. You obviously think that because I'm pregnant, because in my head I already feel so terrible looking because of I'm 9 months pregnant carrying a human. I already am feeling so big and my self-esteem is already plummeted. And then I see your ex with a cute bikini and she's suntanning and da na 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 na, and you expect me not to get upset, and then you gonna smile about it and act like it's just sweet? Ain't nothing sweet. You kidding me? Talking about this is years ago. Because I'm assuming that she just found out about this, but I mean, she had a second child, so I'm assuming this was at least a year or two ago. I don't think you're overreacting, girl. But you do need to get some more information because there's no way you just swung by there for a day. Financial matters. What financial matters? You got a kid with him or he got a kid with her? Child. But like why couldn't you just tell me that? Because now it's like, okay, maybe he's saying the truth that like nothing happened, like, but then like I don't know, is it just like a coincidence that the time that you dipped, you went on a little trip? I'm looking back to photos on your phone and it's showing pictures from the exact time frame that you are out with this girl, and you're saying it was just for a day, and you're saying nothing happened, but she in a bikini suntanning, and the next picture is of you in beach attire at a hotel? Because at this point, why'd you lie? Why are you lying? You're obviously caught in a lie. And this is my issue. I think my biggest pet peeve is when people unnecessarily lie, when they unnecessarily lie. You're already caught in a lie. Just admit to it. I already have the evidence. Just admit to it. You gonna keep on lying upon the lie upon the lie. You're just making it worse. And you look dumber because I already know the truth. You're not overreacting, girl. Some of the comments says not overreacting. That is really, really bad in my opinion. Shady AF. And on top of that, he's going to laugh about it in your face and gaslight you. I would be doing some serious rethinking of this whole entire relationship if I were in your shoes. But that's just me. I'm sorry that you're going through this. Girl, same. And that's what, so someone else said, the problem isn't that it was quote unquote years ago. The problem is that you hid it for years. Yes. It's the fact that like you did it in secret. You lied. Why didn't you just tell me the truth? Why didn't you say, yeah, I went to go see old girl? Because if you went to go see old girl, sorry. If you went to go see old girl, then baby number 2 would have never happened because I would have divorced you or I would have left you. You kidding me? Yeah, girl, you're not overreacting. He's weird as freak, and we gotta let it go. Especially because it seems like, I mean, you said it. There has been previous experiences that you've had with him and this ex. It's like, this is not the first time that something weird, something shady with the two of them have happened in the course of you guys' relationship. I understand 16 years is a lot of history. So it's a little, this is definitely not an excuse for what they did behind the scenes, behind your back. But I mean, 16 years is a long time to be with someone, then to not be with them. And then obviously, if you're the new person in this person's life, knowing that they have a history of 16 years with someone else, it's like, dang. I feel really bad for this girl. I hope that you get some clarity and you get some answers. And I hope that you at the end of the day, make the right decision for you and your children. Okay, next post. Reddit user Flip Fiend writes, am I overreacting over a comment that had nothing to do with me? Was on the phone with the boyfriend. His friend came to talk to him about all the women he's been sleeping with. 6 different ladies a week. That is like 1 woman a day. Oh my god. Boyfriend said not to do such a thing because it's a waste of time, then proceeded to say, all. Yo, no way. All female genitalia is the same, so just pick one. I find this comment incredibly disrespectful. Surprisingly, this is not the first time I've heard this being said, but I have seen another post on Reddit about comments like these, so I'm wondering if it's just a quote unquote normal thought. The first time I heard it was when I was younger and my then boyfriend cheated on me. A part of me thinks I'm overreacting because I have a personal experience with that sentiment. Another part of me thinks that it's disrespectful and I do not want to continue a life with someone who thinks things like this. Am I overreacting? Girl, you are not overreacting. And this is guys. And I'm sorry to the men who are watching this. Well, if you think like this, I don't want to call you a man. But I'll call you a person with a male genitalia who only thinks with their male genitalia. I don't understand why it is so common for people to objectify other people. And the reason why I'm saying people is because I'm not going to say it's only men that objectify women, because there are women out there who objectify men. Either way, why are we objectifying people? People have feelings, people have emotions, people are not just flesh. We have a spirit inside, we have a soul inside, we have a heart, we have a mind, we have our own way of thinking. Why is it every day we just treat people like they're nothing, like they're just things we can just throw away? We can just use them for a little bit and then we can throw them away. Are you kidding me? No, you're not overreacting. I think that is completely disrespectful. All genitalia is the same. I wish. I just wish someone would say that to me. I wish. I actually hope. I dare. Triple dog dare someone to say that to me. And I'm gonna just let I'm gonna just let Holy Spirit take it from there. Everyone agrees in the comments, not overreacting. I know it's more common, like I said, for women to be viewed as objects, to be depicted as things you can just use and things. And I'm saying things because that's honestly how it's being portrayed as. You're treating us as things. You're not treating us as a person. But it's okay. Let me calm down. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. All right, next post. Reddit user Munch. Oh God. Reddit user Munch on my. Oh Jesus, forgive me. Munch on my cookie. Right? Am I overreacting over this situation about spring break? An hour ago, my friend's cousin's friend, okay, backed out the spring. I'm gonna start that over. About an hour ago, my friend's cousin's friend backed out the spring break trip 4 days before the trip should happen. For some context, we've been planning this since January, and our deadline to pay was February 20th. Everyone was told by then if they couldn't pay or had financial obligations to pay for that, they shouldn't pay for this trip because by then the Airbnb would be solidified. Now we get the message in the group chat with my friend's cousin friend saying that she has to back out due to financial reasons and then proceeds to request the funds back. I personally took issue with this because that would mean that we would all have to pay for her share, which is a lot. My friend's cousin is suggesting we should pay, but a lot of us don't agree because time and time again, people were warned to back out if they could not meet or they could not afford the trip, in which most people listened. I also feel like it's too late to just ask for the money back, especially right now. Am I overreacting or should we all just pay for her share? Okay. I had to like change up the wording because I just couldn't read. I don't know why. But you guys got the gist. I don't think you're overreacting. I would be pretty annoyed too because it's like you were warned. Like we talked about like if you could, which is fine. Like people have other financial obligations or they're just not in the right place financially to be going on a trip. But baby, you knew you weren't financially ready or financially stable to go on this trip. So why did you pay? Like what? Like you're gonna back out right now, 4 days before the trip should happen, saying that you financially can't do it when you already paid? Girl, you already paid. Just make you obviously made the provisions that you had to make to pay for it. You might as well just go. And if you have to stay at that Airbnb, stay at that Airbnb. If you can't go to the club, sorry. At least you out. At least you're not in the house. I don't know. I don't think you're overreacting. I don't really know if we should give the money back. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. What I would do. I'm a negotiator. So I don't think I would give the money back. Um, but I think I would like tell them like this is way too late for you to back out now. We already had stated multiple times like if you couldn't financially do it, you need to back out, and you didn't. You ended up paying it anyway. So I would figure out a way to like I'm gonna give you half the money back. I can't give you all the money back. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. I don't think you're overreacting at all though, but I just don't know what I would do if I was in the situation. I would have to pray about it. So that is my advice. Pray about it. Pray about it and seek counsel. All right, Reddit user suspicious-bridge386 writes, "Am I overreacting? Diabetic sister drinking liquid sugar." My little sister is 16 years old with type 1 diabetes. Last week, my mom bought coffee creamer from Costco, 2 giant gallon jugs, and in less than a week, my sister drank both. Dang. So I went and bought my own a smaller coffee mate, one from Fred Meyer, that's a store, and in 2 days she drank it all. But not drinking it with coffee, she's just drinking it like milk. I'm not upset she took something that wasn't hers. I'm more concerned about the amount of sugar she's drinking, and my mom doesn't seem to care about it at all when I told her about it. She just said that she'd get more and shrugged as if I was just upset I couldn't have any, and that she'd go to the store and buy another gallon, and it's gone in 2 or 3 days. Am I overreacting? Is it not a big deal? Either way, I'm not going to be able to get my mom to do anything about it. My sister's on the spectrum and has always gotten a free pass to do whatever she wants and was never really raised with any discipline. Maybe I'm nitpicking. Oh, but I also don't want to see her end up in a coma. Girl! Okay. As a healthcare professional, as a nurse, you need to, I don't know if you need to hide the coffee creamer, if you need to go and buy a refrigerator for your room and just keep the coffee creamer in there. Why the heck is she drinking it like milk? And why is your mom, your dad, somebody, a grown adult, not stopping her? Are you kidding me? No, 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 no. I understand that she is on the spectrum, but this behavior needs to be stopped. It's not healthy. She's already a diabetic. Her body is already at a disadvantage. I mean, is no one also like, I mean, I'm assuming somebody's checking her sugar. I don't know if she has a Dexcom. I don't know if someone's like manually checking her sugar, but is anyone not seeing the spikes in her damn sugar? I'm sorry for cussing, but like, what? Like, what? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. This is like, no, 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 no. There's no way. Like, what? Brave Concern 3807 writes, "Not overreacting. Firstly, I'm a nurse. This is a death sentence, and your mom is medically neglecting your sister. Absolutely. It also sounds like she's emotionally and mentally neglected as well, or neglectful as well. Diabetes is the number one cause of kidney failure. Yes. Your sister can end up in a diabetic coma. The long-term side effects of high blood sugar are also very detrimental. Blindness, amputation, and again, kidney failure. You need to call the authorities on your mom. This is abuse." Yeah, I mean, yeah, she said it perfectly. It is considered, especially also because your sister is on the spectrum. It's definitely could be classified as abuse. Yeah, we need to stop this. This needs to be stopped. This needs to be stopped immediately. I mean, I understand when I was younger, I mean, I wasn't drinking it like milk. Like, I wasn't like, and it's like in 2 to 3 days. So, and you know, those gallon, you know, Costco. I mean, Costco, it's a warehouse. So everything is in bulk. So I know how big those coffee creamers are. In 2 to 3 days, they're gone. Nah, that's, mm-mm. That's like crazy. I'm surprised that she drank, at this point, she drank like over 2 gallons now, almost three. Again, is no one checking her sugar? Is no one like, who is giving her insulin? Like, I need to know what is going on in the home medically. Like, who is taking care of her? Does she have an aide? Is the aide not realizing what's going on? Like, Brother, you need to do something about this. This is not okay. This is not okay. Medically speaking, emotionally speaking, probably legally speaking, none of this is okay. This needs to be stopped immediately. There are so many long-term effects of diabetes, and I no. DKA is a thing. DKA stands for diabetic ketoacidosis, which basically is high blood sugar slash ketones in the blood. And you'll see like the various like signs and symptoms of a patient who has high blood sugar. Increased thirst, increased urination, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, fruity, smelly breath. All these things can lead to pretty detrimental issues later on. This is not okay. This needs to be stopped. If anyone who's watching be drinking coffee creamer like it's milk, you need to stop. I don't care if you're diabetic or not. I don't care if you're the healthiest person in the world. Please don't do that. just don't do that. Take this as a lesson, okay? Don't do that. You're not overreacting, but you need to go get your sister some help. I don't know if you gotta bring her to the hospital yourself to just make sure that her levels are fine or what, but no, this is not good. I think this is gonna be my last one for today's video, but Reddit user instant calamity. I have never heard that word before. What does that even mean? Loss, fatality. Okay. Am I overreacting for wife's lack of effort? Longtime listener, first time caller. My wife and I have been together for nearly 15 years, and she's never done anything for my birthday. I get presents from her that I told her I wanted, but never anything thoughtful or something I didn't specifically ask for. She never made plans to take me out or to do anything for my birthday. This extends to Christmas. She will make these elaborate plans for her and her friends to do on their birthdays or spend hours decorating her boss's office. It's efforts and thought that was never reciprocated. I brought it up only to be gaslit, given some pity booty. Okay, pity booty. And then nothing really changes. It sounds kind of childish to complain about an adult's birthday, but it's a loaded thing, being as my now deceased father and I shared a birthday. Aw. Okay, they put an edit, frame of reference for my efforts, or whatever you want to call it. Yes, I do things for her on her birthday. She is taken out to dinners, to concerts of someone she really appreciates, trips to Atlanta to go to the aquarium, leaving flowers and notes in her car at work. Nothing crazy elaborate, but there's honest thought and effort. I also share in the emotional labor of running the household, and our work schedules are nearly identical. Okay. I don't think you're overreacting. I don't think you're overreacting at all. I am a pretty minimalistic person when it comes to those things. I am a type of person who I don't really expect. I'm definitely not materialistic. Like, I'm not someone who expects to be bought the newest car, or I don't really care for like name brand purses or watches or jewelry or stuff like that. You get me, you know what I would love? You know what I would love for my significant other to do? I would love on a random day, like not even like on my birthday, but it can be like a random Tuesday. Like you just pop up to my house with like my favorite chocolate and a card in an envelope, and I open up the envelope and it's like you drew a card, like you made me a card. Even if it's something stupid with like a smiley face on it and you tried to color it in and you colored outside the lines, like I would cry, because it's the thought that counts. You took time to draw a smiley face and color it in and write a beautiful letter inside. I would frame it. And I think those are, and I'm assuming that these are the type of things you're talking about. I mean, I'm not necessarily saying like every birthday you want a handmade card with a smiley face on it. You know what I'm saying? But like, nothing needs to be elaborate. Like, it doesn't need to be like huge and extravagant. Like, it can be something simple, something that I like. I don't, I'm a really, 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 I mean, I think this is like something that I've been blessed with. And I think that it's something that a lot of people have told me that I have, which is a good thing. I'm a good listener. So I am someone who would meet someone for the first time and I would gain a lot of information about them through that first meeting, and I'm able to recall it in 3 months after knowing them. They'll be like, "Oh, how'd you know that?" I'm like, "Yeah, you told me that like the first time we met." And they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, how did you remember that?" I'm a good listener. So, like, if my friend 4 months before her birthday talks about how she wanted this Hello Kitty, I don't know, like this Hello Kitty plushie that she's been seeing, but she hasn't been able to get it. And then 4 months later, I know her birthday is coming up. She still hasn't got the plushie, and then I get her the plushie, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, like, how did you know I wanted this? Girl, you told me 4 months ago." And it could be like, we only talked about it one time, but I don't remember it. It's those type of things that I think that even if it's a $20 gift, even if it's something that is not as materialistic or big as like a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that, it's still thoughtful. So I say this all to say, I do not think you're overreacting, but I think that no relationship can work without communication. People want to talk about love, people want to talk about trust. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, right? Like, it's obviously you need love and you definitely need trust. But in order to build love, in order to build trust, you need to be able to communicate with each other. If you guys can't communicate with each other, how would you build trust? If you can't communicate with each other, there's no trust. Because like how? Like how? How can you trust someone if you don't talk to them? If you don't tell them the things that they should need to hear, if you don't tell them, I'm not saying you have to tell them every single thing, but those important things. Look at bro from the whatever, which one, the one with he went on that trip 15 days before his wife giving birth. Now, if you were just honest with her, if you had open communication with her and told her, "I'm gonna go see my ex for only for a day, and we're gonna do X, Y, and Z," boom. Or you could have just been like, "I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm about to go see my ex, and we're about to go to a hotel, and we're gonna go to the beach, and we're gonna be sunbathing." Okay, at least you kept the communication open. Not saying what you're doing is great, right? It's not a good thing, but at least you kept the communication open. So I think that you should have an open conversation with her, and you should just tell her how you're feeling. And at that point, right, if things aren't changing after you continuously communicate with her, you have a honest conversation with her, then if you need to get outside counsel, you get outside counsel. Or I don't really think this is something that like you need to like divorce her for. I mean, I personally don't, but like, I don't know. You can't change a person, but you can guide a person to a better version of themselves. So, I mean, yeah, you guys have been married for a very long time. You've been married for her for 15 years, right? I'm assuming you've been together with her for longer, but even if that's the case, 15 years is such a long time. So much chemistry, so much love. And I know you love her and I know she loves you too. I think that it's pretty unfair. It could feel unfair that seems like she's putting a little bit more effort in other people rather than you. And it might make you feel small, and it might make you feel, I don't want to say worthless because you're not worthless, right? But I can see why, if I was in that position, I would just feel like, dang, like they don't like me for real. Like, why are you putting so much effort in everyone else but me? But you just need to have a open communication with her. All right, we've reached the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know this is a different video. I did talk a lot. my voice is tired, but it's okay. I did really enjoy doing these type of videos, and hopefully these do well, God willing, and I will continue to do them. Even if they don't do well, I'm still gonna do it because I enjoyed it. If you guys have any mods that you guys want me to add to my Minecraft world, please leave them down in the description. No, please leave them down in the comments, and then in the description I will link all the Reddit stories and posts that I went over today. I couldn't find all of them because I did not copy the links as I was recording. I'm doing all of the copying of the links as I'm editing, so I couldn't find all of them, unfortunately, but those that I did find, I left it in the description. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, share the video with a friend, and always remember that Jesus loves you. Bye bye.